all this. Hi. Can I be in the YouTube videos?
You guys.
Can I be in the YouTubes?
Hi.
Can I? Now you're shy. I swear, we closed this room off, so we would just get away later. She's like, "Can I be on there? Are you guys gonna be in the YouTube?" Ah, my goodness.
Hey. Why don't you come back around this way?
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Hey there, we're back, and it feels kind of weird saying we're back because we didn't really plan on going anywhere, but
Yeah, this is mostly...
we're back for you.
Right.
We're back.
No, yeah, just we've been busy. We didn't actually leave anywhere. Just events after Christmas just kind of steamrolled, and everybody's just been kind of under the weather, so...
Yeah, we redesigned our entire eBay business model. We were all kind of under the weather for like 3 weeks straight. We went to Cincinnati, Ohio. You know, somebody had this great meme about that transition time after Christmas until the new year where everyone's just walking around full of cheese, not knowing what day it is. So all of that combined, and fast forward, it's the 14th of January 2022. Happy belated New Year to everyone watching.
We are planning on doing a numbers video. We're just finalizing a couple things, getting our numbers from everywhere so we can sort of give a full picture of what our income was just as resellers. So we're planning on doing that video, and also doing a goals video for 2022. We might combine those. Yeah,
we'll see. Today we just want to say hello. I wanted to just quickly mention a couple things about the spreadsheet. So links are below if you want to go check it out. The 2022 version is out. I fixed a couple of issues most people were having, so that's all done. It works best on Microsoft Excel 365, the 2021 version. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask below or hit us up on Instagram at Hustlin' Hooks.
Yeah, that was a lot of our time because we released it on the 28th, and you were like, there was a number of days there where you were just doing tech support and everything.
Lots of tech support. I had to rewrite the Google Sheets version because Google Sheets is Google Sheets, and there's a lot of things. So definitely that took a lot of time, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Thank you everyone that supports us that way. If you've purchased it, thank you very much. We truly do appreciate it.
And also in the midst of all of that and setting our goals for 2022, we decided to just rehaul our whole business model. So we've been working really hard behind the scenes, doing a lot. It's just we haven't really had time to sit down and put it on video for you.
Yeah, we shot footage in Cincinnati thrifting, and I just haven't had time to make that video, so unfortunately I'm just going to scrap it, but it's just been extremely busy.
Right.
But that's kind of us, right? We just, you know, we sometimes...
Yeah, that's a good thing. Being you know, busy is good means we're still moving forward.
Yeah, we just had to reset our goals, and we had a evening last week where our kids spent the night unexpectedly at Mona's parents because the road conditions were terrible, and we kind of had an additional 5-6 hours of replanning what we're going to do in 2022. So let's talk about that. What does rehauling our business mean? You want to dive into it?
Yeah. So we're always constantly looking for improvement, looking for ways to grow, to scale, and doing some reflecting on where do we want to be personally, where do we want to be professionally, and always analyzing the best ways to get there. That's what a successful business looks like. You're not afraid to make big changes, even if it means taking a step backwards sometimes to move forward in the long run. So we've always said from day one, we don't want to be just resellers.
Right.
We want to be business owners. And the last few months have just been like extremely hectic, and really just us reflecting over the past year and looking at our goals. And one of my personal goals is to have more balance in my life. So when we're looking at what we're doing now, it's a lot of day-to-day busy work. And yes, you know, the money part is there, but at the end of the day, we're just spent. We're just absolutely exhausted, and we really haven't been able to find the time to scale the current model that we're running. So, you know, there's options there. If we were content with where we're at and like putting in all of this work and going, and making, you know, a bunch of money, but then just having to relive it over and over again.
Right.
That's one option, and that's not a bad option. Or we could change what we're doing and make it scalable where we don't necessarily have to be working as much as we are to be making the same amount of money.
And I'll interrupt you there. Like last year was great overall. Like we just totaled up all of our gross income and it was really good. And we did, hint, we'll talk a little bit about these numbers more in another video, but we did $174,000 roughly in gross sales, which is pretty incredible. Pats on our back and congratulations to us for doing that, since we only went full-time in April of last year. So from April to December we sold a lot, and obviously we did a little bit of part-time before that. So let's talk a little bit about that scalability, because that's really the meat and potatoes of our decisions, or the decisions we're making now, and hence the title of this video, we're back and our eBay business sucks. Because like Lona said, the money is fine, the money is good, like all of that is gravy, but we cannot scale our current business model. And the number one reason why we cannot do it is because we're selling way too many categories, and you probably know where this is going. We're going to be niching down into 1 or 2 categories and really staying focused on that.
So we're going to be taking a step back from a mainly hard goods store, and like many people before us, we're going to be sort of wading into primarily selling clothes and shoes. I don't think, we're still working the kinks out of this, but I don't think we're ever really going to just fully just never pick up hard goods and sell them. It's going to be, we've talked about, maybe doing it in a 4th quarter, collecting and then listing then, or, once a month or something like that. So, but they've been harder to find in the thrift stores, and we live in Michigan. We don't have garage sales all year. Clothes are plentiful around us. We have so many quality clothes that we're able to find at affordable prices. That's an area where we're confident we're never gonna have to worry about finding inventory, and we can go to the same places. It's a lot quicker to find it. You can buy it in bulk. How many thrift stores would we have to go to get 500 things to list? A lot for hard goods. So it's more efficient.
Yeah, that's the key, is efficiency and scalability. So it's a lot easier to train a staff of employees to take pictures of clothing and shoes, cleaning shoes, prepping clothing, packaging clothing and shoes,
storing,
than it is, inventory management, storing, etc., than it is to actually teach them how to do that on several categories. Now, imagine training someone how to test a 35mm Canon camera, then training them on how to properly test a Nintendo Wii, then training them how to identify glass, then training them how to package all those things, and then compare that to, this is how we package shoes, this is how we package clothes, right? That's the big difference. And like Melinda said, we don't just want to be resellers. We know we can make money reselling, but we want to be able to work anywhere in the world from our laptop and cell phone while the operation keeps running in the background and generates a revenue. We don't want to take a week off and then 3 weeks we have to spend to get our numbers back up. So that's really the big reason of why we're doing this.
Yeah, there's so many areas that are going to be more efficient just with moving to that type of product. And another thing is that we haven't been able to focus on any other areas that we've talked about growing in our, entrepreneurship and our business minded futures, the Amazon, the getting our properties ready for rentals. We don't have time for that because we're spending, 6 hours on Mondays packing because we have 4 VCRs going out, and we're not like we're not cleansing our store of the hard goods. We're going to let them sit and sell, obviously, but we're going to be scaling back on replenishing those to our store. So it feels like kind of taking a step back for a minute, because it's going to take a little bit to pump the volume that's needed to turn a successful clothing business into a full-time income. And we recognize that, and we planned for that. And we're totally okay with that, because in the long run, I think mentally and physically, it's going to benefit us as well as financially. For sure. That's a good point. Like, we're actually losing money by doing this because we're not listing hard goods. We're replenishing and listing a minimum of 40. That's our new goal. 40 clothing or shoe items per day. We are doing that in a private store. We're not going to share that with the public because we want to analyze our metrics and being able to do that. And when you have a public store
when you have a public store, your metrics get skewed and your conversion rates suffer because of that. And we talked about, like, what do we do with hard goods? Like, there's no way we can pass on them. What we're going to do is basically treat our hard goods flipping as like entertainment and a side hustle to our business, right? So like the store that we replenish and just, you know, knock it out of the park with clothing and shoes, that's going to be our business. And then like when we find some rare Nintendo 64 game, that'll be kind of like our hobby, like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
And I think we'll enjoy doing that a lot more than what we're doing now.
Yeah, we'll still talk about hard goods and price points and things like that in our videos.
sure.
Probably a lot more haul videos for this channel. But this is also, you know, a documentation of our business journey. So you're seeing it firsthand on the ground. You know, thank you to everyone who's followed us from the beginning.
Right.
This is just another step in our journey as business owners.
Right. Yeah, that's we can't say that enough. Business owners over being resellers. That's our motto. You know, and I know, we all know that there's 1,000 ways to do this thing, and it, definitely that's up to you and what you want to do with your time, and if you want to be a hobby seller or a big business owner, or if you want to scale. That's up to each person, and that's the beauty of reselling. But it's, you know, this is what we're going to do. Mona's going to give you guys a quick tour of what we've accomplished so far in our very small eBay room. We'll talk a little bit about the flow of things and what we've designed. Big shout out to Chris at Daily Refinement. We were actually on his Patreon group call this morning, and he'll be releasing that video later on. You can kind of watch and see what else we've covered there. But he's the reason why we did this photo studio, and I'll talk a little bit about that, I suppose.
Yeah, his methods and everything were like a big inspiration for us to do this as well. So we took a lot of pages from his book, and hopefully are just going to copy repeat. Yeah,
that's the beauty of the internet. Find what tastes the best to you and replicate that flavor into your face, if that's what you choose to do.
What?
I have no idea.
Flavor to your face.
Yeah,
somebody
face
started
flavor.
Shane and make that the commercial.
Yeah.
Replicate this flavor to your face.
That's right. All right, tour time. So, I'll pretend to walk into the eBay business. Why don't you close these curtains? I'm going to keep all this footage, just so you know.
It's kind of messy right now.
It's a little messy.
Guests are coming over.
Well, that's all right. I see something on the floor you might want to pick up right behind you. All right, so we're pretending. Pretend to walk into our eBay business. Hello, is anyone home?
Welcome.
Hey, thank you for welcoming me.
Obviously, we're just sitting here, so these aren't normally here. So we used to have a really bulky big table here, right? That we took our hard goods photos on. Gone. We took it apart. It's somewhere else. We might use it later for like a packing table in a different space because the size is nice, especially for a Dean. But it's not going to be our daily picture area.
So I'll talk a little bit about this.
Yeah, so take over that.
Yeah, this is Chris's Daily Refinement's idea. So again, I'll link his channel below if you've never heard of the fella. This is just a 1-inch styrofoam piece of insulation, and this is just a sample piece of gray carpet. Where he explained that gray is pretty good when it comes to photos because it kind of neutralizes the colors. And we still have our cheapo lamps. We just clip them here. Turn that on, turn that one on, and turn the overhead on. And then we also have the LED ultra brights up here. So it gives the pictures a nice clean look. And I'll populate the screen with a couple of examples. And then this is Melinda's idea, and we love it so far. So you want to walk him a little bit through that?
Yeah, I mean, probably a lot of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. Like you can see, we used to have this hanging in our front. This was like our personal coat hanger, and we cleared out a closet, made our living space better. And we had this disassembled, and it was my idea to bring it back so that we could just store our inventory so it's ready to go. Basically, when we're back from our hauls, as we're taking them out, you know, we do the once over check review, and we just hang them up so that they're ready. And then from the flow, you just take it here, you put it up there, you can take your photographs, and then we'll have our storage here still, where it's going to go right into the inventory.
Yeah, and then those
essentially.
Yep, and then those go into the appropriate locations.
Yep. This is, so I hung these up here just to make it easy to grab. So we'll still take our measurements.
Yep. Yeah. And then you put it right back, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We're still trying to figure out the best spot for like the lint roller, and we're still, you know, this is just the beginning of the efficiency. I know Emily, our part-timer, really likes this. It's a lot more sustainable than working off your back off the floor. We're still trying to figure out what this all is going to be. We're gonna get all of our, you know, most commonly used shipping supplies here. If you guys want some really rare Legos, you know, hit us up on Instagram. Those are pretty sweet. And we're gonna figure out what this is. So this still needs to be cleaned up, and then obviously this all still needs to be cleaned up. But you can see we are keeping our goals daily. So we did, you know, last week was a lot of rebuild and a lot of movements. It's just been really hectic.
You can see after we set our goals, there was a big transition week there.
Yeah, and then we did 40, 40, 26, 41, and we're just gonna 7 days a week hit 40 listings and just keep replenishing. So yeah, that's basically it. We're unofficially back. We never left, like we said. We were just extremely hectic.
If you're ever missing us, we/Adine is a lot more active on Instagram as well. So we're sort of just on there every day.
Yeah, for sure.
If you miss us.
Yeah, we miss you too. I know a couple people wrote like, "Oh, what happened?" And you know, too bad you're not making videos. It's like, just take a deep breath. You know, there's a lot going on. Life is busy. We got you. We have to balance things too. Anyways, we're gonna sign off for this one. We really do appreciate you guys watching, spending time with us. Drop your 2022 goals below. I'd love to read them, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Take care.